Welcome. This guide has been prepared specifically for the senior leadership, boards, and investors of U.S. and multinational companies. Our focus today is to provide a clear, strategic overview of a critical piece of legislation, the AI literacy and training requirements mandated by Article 4 of the European Union's AI Act. So let's start with a question that should be on every board's agenda right now. Can a law that was passed in Brussels genuinely reach across the globe and dictate your company's corporate training policy? It's a fundamental question of jurisdiction, and it has massive operational impact. And the answer to that question is an unambiguous yes. The AI Act was designed with what's called extraterritorial reach. It's not about where your company is headquartered, it's about where your AI's impact is felt. If its output, the result of its work, is used in the European Union, you are squarely within its scope. In this guide, we're going to walk through the key pillars of this regulation. We'll start with its global mandate, then we'll decode the specific literacy requirements of Article 4. We'll also differentiate between what it means to be a provider versus a deployer, discuss the strategic approach to training, and finally outline the very significant risks and your necessary next steps. So let's begin with that global compliance mandate. Understanding exactly why this European law applies to your US-based or multinational operation is really the foundational first step. The Act follows what's known as the country of destination principle. In plain English, that means the rules apply no matter where your company is based. If you place an AI system on the market in the EU, you're covered. If it's simply used within the EU, you're covered. But here's the one that catches most international firms. If the output of your AI is used in the EU, the law applies. For example, a US company using an AI recruitment tool for a position in Paris or Berlin, that falls directly under the Act's jurisdiction. Okay, let's move to the heart of this guide, the specific legal requirement for AI literacy that you'll find in Article 4. This is not a suggestion. It is a direct mandate on organizations to upskill their people. And here is the direct text from the regulation itself. I want to read it because the wording is so important. It says you shall take measures to ensure, to their best extent, a sufficient level of AI literacy. These are key legal terms. Shall, best extent, sufficient level. They demand a considered, deliberate, and documented response from your organization. So what exactly does the Act mean by AI literacy? Well, it's defined as the mix of skills, knowledge, and understanding that allows your people to make an informed deployment of AI systems. But critically, it also includes gaining awareness of not just the opportunities, but also the significant risks and the potential harm these systems can cause. This goes way beyond simple technical training. The European Commission has outlined the minimum steps you need to take. First, you have to establish a baseline understanding of AI concepts and risks across the entire company. Second, and this is pivotal, you must formally determine your role under the Act. Are you a provider, a deployer, or maybe even both? Third, you have to assess the specific risks of the AI systems you're actually using. And finally, you build your literacy program based on that analysis. This brings us to a really fundamental distinction within the Act: the difference between being a provider and a deployer. Understanding which hat you wear is absolutely essential because it dictates the nature and the scope of your compliance obligations. It's pretty straightforward. A provider is the entity that develops an AI system and puts it on the market. They carry the main burden for conformity and risk assessment. A deployer, on the other hand, is an organization that uses an AI system under its own authority. Now, most companies are going to find themselves in the deployer category for the majority of the tools they use. Think about your CRM software or HR platforms. But a large multinational could very well be a provider of some systems and a deployer of others, which requires a really careful internal audit. And this brings us to a strategic imperative. Complying with Article 4 isn't about rolling out a single one-size-fits-all training video. No, it requires a sophisticated, multi-layered approach that's customized to your organization's unique structure and roles. We see a strategic approach as having 4 distinct layers. The first is a mandatory foundational course for all staff on your core AI governance principles. Layer 2 is about empowering the broader workforce to use general AI tools safely and effectively. The third layer gets more specific, providing tailored training for roles that build, buy, or govern AI. And finally, Layer 4 is the most intensive. It involves bespoke training for those operating high-risk AI systems, which is a requirement that's directly linked to the Act's human oversight mandate.
And just look at the breadth of roles that require this tailored training. It extends far beyond your technical teams. We're talking about data scientists, actuaries, accountants, your procurement teams, and of course, anyone who is formally tasked with human oversight of a high-risk system. Each of these roles interacts with AI differently and carries unique responsibilities, and that demands a customized curriculum.
Now let's talk about the consequences, because understanding the enforcement timeline and the financial stakes is absolutely essential for prioritizing this issue at the board level. Let's be very clear about the timeline, because this is where things get urgent. The AI literacy obligation under Article 4 has been the law of the land since February 2025. It's now April 2026. That means organizations are in the final few months before national authorities begin active supervision and enforcement this August. The compliance clock is ticking loudly.
The penalties under the AI Act are, to put it mildly, staggering. They're designed to be a powerful deterrent. Violating the rules on prohibited AI can lead to fines of up to 35 million euros or 7% of your global annual turnover, whichever's higher. For a multi-billion-dollar company, this is a headline-making financial event. Even non-compliance with rules for high-risk systems can trigger fines up to 3% of global turnover.
And here is the most crucial point about risk. While Article 4 doesn't have a specific fine attached to it, regulators have been absolutely clear that a failure to ensure sufficient AI literacy can and will be treated as an aggravating factor. This means if your organization commits another violation, your lack of a robust training program could be used to justify a much higher penalty. It is a risk multiplier. So, given the clear legal obligations and the very significant financial risks, what are the immediate strategic next steps for your organization's leadership? Here is your action plan. First, direct your teams to conduct a formal assessment of current AI literacy levels to identify and quantify your gaps. Second, mandate the development of a tailored, multi-layered training program that's based on specific job roles and system risk. Third, and this is completely non-negotiable for proving compliance, ensure every single action is meticulously documented. And finally, assign clear responsibility for monitoring updates from the EU's AI office, because guidance will continue to evolve.
We will conclude with a necessary and important clarification. This guide provides a strategic overview for informational purposes only. It does not constitute legal advice. It is absolutely imperative that you consult with qualified legal counsel to analyze your company's specific use of AI and to determine your precise risks and legal obligations under the EU AI Act.